Hello, everyone, and welcome to ABA Rep Training Online. Thank you so much for being here with the Law Student Division. My name is Austin Greathouse. I am the Director of the Law Student Division here on staff at the ABA. And I'll go ahead and let everyone introduce themselves who is on the line with me. Chelsea, do you want to start out?
Yeah, sure. I'm Chelsea Barron. I'm the membership specialist here at the ABA. I work with member recruitment, and I work closely with Kami Morello, who some of you may know already. She's your point of contact for the Rep Rewards program and Rep Boxes and anything you need for tabling.
Thanks, Chelsea. Marcus?
Hello, everyone. I'm Marcus Sandifer. I'm serving as your Vice Chair of the Law Student Division for 2016-2017, and I'm a third-year law student at Emory University in Atlanta. Welcome.
Marcus. And Viviana.
Hi, everyone. My name is Viviana Potestad, and I'm the ABA Rep for Ave Maria School of Law, and I'm in my third year of law school.
Thank you. So today we'll be talking about online training. We thank you guys for being here. We'll be talking about ABA Rep training. We thank you for being here online. If you couldn't make it to the meeting at Annual in San Francisco. As far as the Rep reward points for attending this, Chelsea, do you want to, is that later, or do you want to discuss that now, how they'll get Rep points? Because I know that question is probably going to come up.
Oops, sorry. I had a mute problem. Yeah, so you'll get 50 points, and at the end of the presentation, we'll tell you exactly who to contact and give you a link to click. So.
Okay, so you got to stay on the whole time in order to get that. All right, good to know. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. If you have questions, I want to encourage you to please ask them. Please let us know. We'll answer your questions the best we can. I'll try to go quick through my parts because I'm just going to talk about sort of the ABA in general and the division as well. So just to give you a little background of what you're doing, as you're all probably new to the ABA, it's a big, big organization, tons of different entities, tons of different people, staff, but the main thing to keep in mind is we're just kind of a part of this big organization that the ABA in general is run by a board of governors and a big House of Delegates, 550 members. So it's a huge policy-making body. Within the ABA, then there's several different entities. Some of them are focused on subject matter, such as business law, things like that. So within that, there are liaisons to those different entities who are law students. So it's good to know that you have folks who can kind of connect you with those entities, whether they're business law, whether they're antitrust law, all these different areas of law, their subject matters. It's important to keep that in mind just because as you're learning about the ABA and students are interested in different areas of law, that's really their best resource of how to learn about that area. So those are great contacts to know about and good things to keep in mind. And don't forget that you get 5 free, you can join 5 sections, divisions, and forums, practice specialty groups in the ABA. So don't forget that as a law student, you get that for free as well with your free membership. Within the law student division, we have undergone some changes recently at annual meeting. We now have a council which consists of 7 national officers. Marcus is one of them. He's the vice chair, but we're transitioning at the moment to this new sort of governance form. And then there's also, I should say that the council is the executive team, and the assembly, the Law Student Division Assembly, is what ABA reps are a part of. 1 ABA rep per school is a part of the assembly, gets to vote on different things different resolutions put forth by the Law Student Division. SBA SBA presidents are also a part of the assembly, and newly introduced to the assembly based on the new governance. The liaisons now have a vote, and in addition to that, up to 3 votes from the affiliate bar organizations, and they're a member of the assembly as well, and have representation there too. The big highlight for assembly, if you weren't able to make it, was annual meetings. So if you have a chance next year to be at annual meeting and you're still the ABA rep, I would definitely encourage you to come join us. It's a lot of fun, as Marcus can attest, and exciting, especially this year. I guess I kind of touched on this a little bit. The ABA, the House of Delegates, their legislative body, which is kind of the equivalent of our assembly. There are 3 law students in that. The ABA Board of Governors has 1 law student representative on that as well. I don't think I need to dwell on this too much. Sections, divisions, and forums, I mentioned those already. Great way to really interact with lawyers, practicing lawyers, make connections, and I think the really important thing to keep in mind, especially when you're telling your classmates about the ABA, is that this is really where students can kind of find where they what subject matter they want to practice and really make connections with lawyers. So I think it's really important to reach out to ABA entities and understand what they're about, and not kind of don't just kind of stick within the law student division, but look at what other folks inside the ABA have to offer. This is just a flow chart or I guess a org chart of our structure within the division. If you have questions about that, let me know. These are the different positions that will be on the council as we transition. So that's pretty straightforward. I think there's a copy of these in our handouts. You should be able to access those through the webinar software. So that's fairly straightforward. I think the important thing to know is who to contact when you have questions. Marcus, you'll hear from him in a minute. He's our vice chair, and he generally is the one who's on our council who his role is really responsible for, I guess, sort of helping assist the ABA reps oversight on the member side and with helping kind of strategize with what we want to do with membership throughout the year. Kareem is our chair. Unfortunately, he's unable to make the webinar today. But he's a great resource just for general questions about the division. Me, of course, being on staff here, I can help point you in the right direction if you have questions about things in general about the ABA. And I think probably what you're most concerned about, your rep rewards, your rep boxes. Cami Morello, she's in the membership department and works closely with Chelsea. She's a great resource when you have questions about getting that rep box and cashing in on those rep rewards, I guess. So I told you I'd go fast, and I tried to, so we can get to the good stuff. Marcus is going to be talking about the role of the rep and what they'll be expected to do throughout the year. But again, I just welcome you. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions, please at any time, just let me know. Thanks. So I'm going to switch the view to Marcus. Let him take over.
Okay, everyone. Good evening again. Thank you for attending this training. I'm going to make this as interesting as possible. So there's a quote here: ask not what your classmates can do for you, ask what you can do for your classmates. And that's kind of our theme as far as being an ABA representative. Our role is to deliver all of the products and services that ABA has to offer to our classmates who are our colleagues. So I'll talk to you a little bit about being a rep. The role of a rep. The first role is to engage students. So that's to interact with them, talk to them about the American Bar Association. So a part of that engaging is making sure that you're out, visible, people know who you are as a rep and what the ABA stands for. Promoting the membership, that's going out there telling them about what our membership entails and what we have to offer to students and why a person should want to be a member of the American Bar Association, even as a law student. We also coordinate programming, so that's inviting different liaison, or different divisions or sections or forums to come to our school, and you put on panel presentations or have mixers or things that are in correlation with what the ABA has to offer. We distribute news, so different things that change as far as standards in legal education or updates with public service loan forgiveness, or now you can get paid for having an externship. That's our role, to distribute that type of news. We answer students' questions. We're not saying that a rep has to know everything regarding the ABA, but we are supposed to take those questions and reach out to those individuals who have the answers. And then we're our school's voice. So it's our role and responsibility to hear the needs and concerns of our students and relay those back to the respective persons in the ABA. So again, promoting membership. What are some of the benefits of being a member of the ABA? You have various resources and discounts such as Quimby, Hertz, Rent-A-Car, Brooks Brothers, Barbary, and West Academic. This year with the ABA student membership, when we have the premium membership, which you'll get into some of this a little bit later, there's certain discounts that you get with West Academic, which is for textbooks or supplements, and also things like Barbary, where you can get an additional discount off of the lowest rate for bar prep materials, or Quimby, which is the online case brief and outline bank that you can use, and you get that free. So we have a lot of resources and discounts. Also, career advancement. One of the things that we have is an ABA job board where you can see jobs posted for internships and also clerkships. And if you are a 3L and looking for a job, there's jobs posted for third-year law students who haven't quite identified that postgraduate employment opportunity. We also have a new feature, which is our ABA lawyer resume review, where a lawyer from the ABA, you can submit your resume to them, and they'll give you pointers and feedback on what you can do to improve your resume to make you more marketable when you get out into the employment force, marketing yourself for a job. There's also leadership opportunities, and here, this is how I got my start with the ABA. I started off as an ABA rep, and then I ran for circuit governor, and now I'm the vice chair of the law student division. It's wonderful opportunities for students to get involved with the ABA while you're a law student. So as you graduate from law school and enter the ABA as a practicing attorney, you already have roots and have established relationships in the ABA. Networking. You know, as you guys already know, networking is really, really key and important to what we do in this profession. You have the opportunity to join 5 different specialty practice groups as in to market this to our students. So we have sections and divisions and forums that are for students' interest, so they have the opportunity to network. Whatever interest they may have in the legal profession, they can choose 1 or they can choose up to 5. If they haven't quite narrowed down what they're interested in, but it gives us an opportunity to network. So then as an ABA rep, you have to also share the differences between the type of memberships that we have, and that's where we have our free membership, which all law students can sign up for. And that's where you get those 5 practice specialty groups, which is a $50 value. You get your free subscription to the Student Lawyer magazine. You get your 3-month Quimby subscription for free. And you also have all of those discounts that we showed earlier in the presentation. Now, if students sign up for the premium membership, that's where they have an opportunity to have an additional $250 off a Barbary bar review package, and that's the $250 additional off the lowest marketed presentation that Barbary's having on your campus. You also get $25 off of every West Academic casebook, and that's unlimited use. Every time you purchase a casebook that's with West Academic or a study guide, it's $25 additional off of it. As a premium member, you also get to apply for leadership positions within the ABA. You get the resume review for free, also your model rules of professional conduct, and just various discounts that you will get throughout the ABA. So now what I will do is I will pass it off to Chelsea so she can talk to you about the rep rewards.
There we go. Okay. Can everyone see my slides? Perfect. Okay. So I'm Chelsea. I work with the membership team, as I said already. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the Rep Rewards program. If you're not familiar with the program, essentially Rep Rewards is a program for you as a way of saying thank you for working hard and doing all of the things that you do as a rep that Mark has just talked about. It's our way of rewarding you for working hard. So we're just going to run through it really quick. Got some good opportunities to earn points and got some pretty cool prizes. So let's see. Okay. So as some of you may know, you may have received emails. You can access the Rep Rewards program online. It's really nice to have a website. It's ambar.org/reprewards. If you haven't logged in already, I definitely would peruse the website. You can find everything there all in one place. It's where you can track your points, track your activity to see how many social media posts you've shared or how many emails you've sent or how many tabling events you posted in case you've lost track. It's just a nice place to kind of see everything all in one, as well as a leaderboard to see where you are in comparison with other reps and sort of represent your school on that leaderboard as well. And you're going to want to compete with the other reps to get the grand prize, which is what we'll talk about in a second. Okay, so how it works, our mantra is kind of get members, get points, get prizes, right? Very simple, very straightforward. By enrolling new members, both free and premium, you earn points, and then different activities or events that you host in addition to enrolling those members, you earn points for that as well. So that's how you get your points, and then those points can be redeemed for different prizes, which we'll go over. Some of them are things that you can share online, like a rep badge that you can put on LinkedIn if you want. We're happy to send you the image tag of your rep badge if you want to show it off on your LinkedIn profile. You know, that's a nice resume builder. And then we've got great stuff like swag and t-shirts and Amazon gift cards and things like that. So that's sort of a really simple process for you. So this is what it looks like if you want to track your points. When you log into the website, you go to your points, and it'll tell you right at the top where you stand, what the current prize is that you've earned, and what rep badge you've earned as well, just so you can kind of keep track. And then below that, it'll tell you how many points you are away from your next prize to sort of give you a little push and an idea of where you stand. And then below that, you'll see the leaderboard as well. Like I said, it'll show where you are right at the bottom in blue. I don't exist. I have 0 points. But you can kind of see what the breakdown will look like and see who's in the lead and how many points you need to get to go a little bit higher and to get into the top 5. And this, like I said, you can also track your activities, so it breaks it down for you to show you how many social media posts you sent, how many tabling events that you've hosted, as well as how many members you've enrolled, right? Free, premium, and then also members you've enrolled into sections, divisions, and forums. So this is a nice breakdown of how you get points. In case you were wondering what the point value was for each individual activity, you get 5 points for enrolling a free member, 5 points for sharing on social media, and 5 points for enrolling a member in a section, division, or forum. And that's per member, it's not per section, division, or forum. So whether a free member or a premium member enrolls in one section or 5, because they get 5 of them free, you'll get 5 points for that one person. And then the points are raised a little bit, so you get 15 extra points if you enroll someone in premium. So it gives you a nice incentive to really encourage premium membership. And it's sort of a no-brainer as far as getting someone to sign up for premium. When you show them the breakdown, I mean, $25 for, $250 off Barbary, $25 off West Academic. I mean, the breakdown is just there's absolutely no reason that someone would say no, or so that someone would refuse premium membership. So, but we gave you a little extra for that. And then something that's a little bit new this year, in case you're familiar with the Rep Rewards program from last year, is a 25-point incentive for sending a letter to your dean about the full school enrollment program. So if you're not familiar with the full school enrollment program, what we do here at the ABA is we encourage deans from different law schools to enroll all of their students, so their entire law student body, into free ABA membership. That way, every single person, or every single law student, that we can get enrolled has an opportunity to experience free membership. If for some reason, a rep just can't connect with them, I mean, it is difficult to connect with every single person on your campus. That's a nice little incentive to get them enrolled into free membership. And there are a variety of different options for that, but it's something that we're really encouraging deans to do this year. And so if you, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but if you end up sending them a letter, which we've already written for you, and you can edit to your liking to put your personal touch on it, then you can earn 25 points for that as well. And if your school is already part of the full school enrollment program, then we do have a letter drafted for you that simply thanks your dean for enrolling all of your student body and encourages them to continue next year. And then, of course, you get 30 points for hosting a tabling event, and Viviana will talk to you about her tabling experiences in just a little bit, but it's one of the best ways to connect with other students on your campus. So it's a great way to earn 30 points. And then, of course, you get 50 points today for attending rep training. Or if someone was already at annual, then you get 50 points for that as well. Because it's important to be informed. If you're going to be representing the ABA, you want to know as much as you can to make sure that you're representing them in the correct way. So like we said, I talked about how you would get points. This is how it looks on the website. So when I said that the website is really your one-stop shop, it was very accurate. This is how you'll earn all of your points and get everything uploaded as quickly as possible. So with enrollment forms, you can either encourage people to go online, and they don't need your name or anything like that. Any new student who enrolls on the website is automatically counted towards your school. So you don't have to worry about any sort of referral number mentioning your name or anything, so it's easy for you. You can also mail in your enrollment forms. I know some of you have received your rep boxes and done tablings already. All they have to do is mail those rep forms back in, or you can mail them in, however, and it's easy, and we'll count those. You can also upload the Excel spreadsheet. I think some of you received those already, where you can fill out a larger Excel spreadsheet, whether you had someone electronically filling it out on the computer at a rep table, or you have it in paper, you can upload those as well. And then so you're going to follow the same instructions for registering someone for a section, division, or forum that you would for the enrollment forms, because obviously they're kind of one and the same, so it's self-explanatory. And then you'll also click on any one of these links to share on social media. And again, same process for enrollment forms. The only option that you cannot use for premium membership enrollment is the larger Excel spreadsheet that I know some of you have been using at your tables, only because with premium membership it requires payment information, and for security reasons we want to keep that information private. So definitely refer someone to the website or encourage them to use the enrollment forms and then mail them back in, or you can mail them back in for them. And this is the dean letter that I was talking about. So if you're going to send a letter to your dean, we have two different options. If you're not currently enrolled in the full school enrollment program, we have an option for you. And then if your school is part of the enrollment program, then we have a thank you letter drafted as well. I just ask that you proofread. There are some fill in the blanks, obviously, for your name, your dean's name, and their email address. And like I said, this text is fully editable. We designed it for you so that you have to do as little work as possible, but if you want to put a personal touch on it, you're welcome to do so. And you can also host a tabling event. So when you want to earn credit for that, you simply take a picture of yourself and you can upload it online. And if you need extra tabling materials, you click I need a tabling box, and that'll send an email to Kami Morello, and she will get you your tabling materials, and you'll communicate with her. And then, of course, if you wanted to attend rep training, you could click on the I want to attend a webinar. Or if you need to download the link to the video, then we're happy to provide that as well. So these are some of the prizes that I was talking about. You do have these cool rep badges. Like I said, it'll pop up on your Rep Rewards website when you log in, but you can also download the image if you want to, and like I said, put it on your LinkedIn profile and kind of show off your status as a rep, right? And then beyond that, we have a nice t-shirt that we're working on this year with a cool ABA logo design on it. And these are, I don't know if anyone was part of the rep program last year and received a t-shirt, but these are really nice, high-quality t-shirts. They're not just these, you know, boxy $5 things that you'd pick up at Marshalls or a Michaels or whatever. So they're worth the points. I have one and it's great. So and then this year, one of the newest prizes that I'm really excited about is a legal hangout. So once you earn 500 points, you get to participate in a one-on-one legal hangout with an experienced ABA lawyer. And what's really neat about this is I think everyone is aware by now that when you make networking connections, it helps you gain experience that maybe isn't your own personal experience, but gains just a worldview or a professional experience that you may have not had yet. You can ask them questions, they can give you advice, and yeah, and it's just it's a one-on-one interaction with a lawyer. Plus, networking is a really good way to touch base with professionals when you're looking for a job. So that's something I was really excited about this year. And then, of course, we have the standard Amazon gift cards, because who doesn't like, you know, free money, right? So you can take those and spend them however you want. When you hit 750 points, you get $25, and 1,000 points is $50. And then the grand prize this year is a Microsoft Surface 3. So you pretty much get a free computer if you're the top earner. So I'd say that's, if that doesn't satisfy any kind of grand prize desire, I'm not sure what would. So that's pretty neat. So I talked about sharing a little bit. Most of us are familiar with how to share on social media, so I'm not going to walk you through that. Or we all know how to do it. But this is what it looks like on the website, just so you can get an idea of what that looks like. You can share through Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo. And again, we have something already pre-written for you, so you don't have to work that hard. But if you do want to put a personal spin on it because you're sending it to people that you know, or you're sending it to your student body, it's fully editable. And of course, you want to make sure you check all the blanks and put your name in the name field and all of that. You don't want to embarrass yourself by leaving that empty. I've done it. It doesn't look good. And then you can share on social media as well. And so we've got a couple options: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and Pinterest. And, you know, go for it if that's what you want to do. We have the option available. And some of them are editable as well. I think the Twitter is pre-scripted in that, but Facebook, if you want to add a personal message, go for it. And I think, yeah, so this year, with our Facebook sharing, we are a little limited with what we're using. You can only post to your own wall. And so we're also accepting screenshots if you want to share to your school Facebook group or any other group that you think would really benefit from ABA membership. We absolutely encourage you to do that. And if you just send us a screenshot of your post, we're happy to give you points for that as well. We certainly don't want you to feel limited simply because it's not something that's available online. And you can also share ABA rep cards. So for some of you who have seen the tabling picture that Bibiana took, she had a ton of swag and great ABA merchandise on her table, which makes it look full and attractive. And so this is a nice way to not only have something extra to put on your table, but for somebody to who's inquiring about membership to hand them a quick card with our link, a little bit of information, and a phone number to call as well. And the great part about the website too is that there's a benefits cheat sheet. I have been in sales for about 10 years, and for people that haven't been in sales, it can be really tough to sell something. And so this is the best way to break down membership for somebody, especially if you're encouraging them to go premium. This breakdown chart is fantastic for them to see all of the benefits that they'd be getting with premium membership, and you don't really have to work that hard to sort of shove it at them. They can just see the value for themselves. And they've also got some bullet points here as far as like extra benefits and ways that the ABA really improves your professional outlook. So without further ado, I think I'm going to hand it off to Bibiana. She has done this before, and so she is very experienced and can give you amazing tips and tricks that will help you be the best rep that you can be.
Thank you, Chelsea. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to thank you guys for being here. And I know it's mandatory, but you also took time out of your day to do this. So like Chelsea said, this is my third year being an ABA rep because my school does it one rep every 3 years. So I've had my fair share of trial and error. So I'll try to go through that, and if you guys have any questions as well, I can probably answer them. So leveraging your administration, do know that you have a lot of tools available for you that you might not even know of. I tend to host always an ABA table at orientation, and your public there will pretty much be just the incoming 1Ls. So it is crucial to table throughout the semester to be able to target the 2Ls and 3Ls, and even maybe a 1L that you might have missed. So my school does get involved is involved in the program that we automatically enroll the students in to the free ABA. So that's a little bit of a weight off my shoulders, but that doesn't mean that just because they're automatically enrolled, some of them don't know that we have that automatic enrollment program. So I have to then tell them that they've been automatically enrolled, but then tell them that they also have the option to pick their 5 divisions or sections. So then I go through that process with them. And then now the bigger kind of fish in the pond is to get them to do premium and to show them the benefits to it. So that's a huge advantage to tabling. They kind of see a person there that is telling them about a benefit they might get. It's not just something they see online. So like I said, at the ABA table, whether it be at orientation or just tabling in the common area for my school, always have the brochures out there. The brochures have the chart that Chelsea showed, which is basically what you get as a free membership and what you get as a premium membership. Visuals are great. It's the best way for people to know what they're getting in return. So I show them the brochure. I go through it with them. I explain to them, listen, this is what you're going to get now automatically, no questions asked, and this is what you're going to get if you pay $25. And I go through it with them. A lot of them buy their books new, so that West Academics, $25 off for them is like golden, which I get it. So that's my sales pitch, because I don't know if other schools do this, but my school automatically includes your bar prep commercial course into our tuition. So the $250 for our bar prep discount wasn't really the biggest bang for our buck at my school. So that was hard because I consider that one of the biggest prizes. So I had to work my way around that and figure out, okay, how can I sell this without them, you know, saying that it's not worth it. So I did that. That's basically my biggest one, and Quimby as well. Make a good impression. It probably 7 times out of 10, this is the first time they've heard of ABA. Or if they have, they think of it as something on a larger level, which it is. But they don't know that there's something that directly correlates with the students on a day-to-day basis. So you have to let them know what that is, give them a little synopsis of what ABA does. Take advantage also of the school events your school has. So just this past, during orientation week, I'm also in SBA, so we had the SBA 1L meet and greet, and I got a chance to talk to people about the ABA there too, because if they ask me questions about, oh, I saw you tabling earlier during orientation week, what was that about? I go ahead and give them a spiel then. I also we have the SBA student organization luau, where all the student organizations come out and tell students about the organization, what they have to offer. So I had an ABA table there. We're going to have next week on Monday an info session for the SBA, Florida YLD, and ABA elections, because I'm going to be appointing the next ABA rep. So that's another info session they get. And then every time you have a career service event, talk to them about, you know, can I have an ABA table? Can I tell them how the ABA is a larger networking pool that you can dip into? And then also the health and mental wellness week, where I'm going to talk more about that later, but basically ABA can have a presence in that event as well. Like I said, know your product. You're probably the face of the ABA at your school. And it's very important to believe in the product you're selling. So if I didn't believe it, I probably wouldn't be able to sell it as well as, I mean, I don't sell it that good, but I think I do a pretty good job. So if I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't be able to do that. So know the product, believe in it, trust it, you know, breathe it, whatever it takes, just really understand it and tell them how, because people could tell when you're being fake or not genuine. So make sure that you do believe in that product and you're portraying that. And like Chelsea said, the difference between the two and the brochures, you have those in the brochures. I believe you have them also on the book, on the larger poster that they send. Maybe not, but so visuals are great. Networking and connection. Sorry, my messages are coming out. So inform the students about monthly ABA events and webinars. I actually have, I'll show you guys kind of what I do on our Facebook page. It is, so I post every month this little thing on our school Facebook pages that it basically tells them what all the events are for each month. So, and I'll just basically say, hey guys, this is your August ABA calendar event. Go, you know, feel free to do whatever. And the way you get that is you go to abaeveryday.org and it'll take you to the website, and you're going to see this, you know, whatever month you want to see, but obviously we're in August, so that's the one that's going to show up. And then instead of poster board, you click to month, and the monthly calendar will come up of whatever month you want to look at, and it'll tell you what different events are going on. So since I have a Mac, I can easily screenshot this, kind of make it, you know, whereas the only thing that's coming out is the map, and I post it everywhere, and it turns into a picture, so it's easy access. And if people want to see, you know, oh my God, understanding the adolescent brain and legal culpability, they don't have to go through everything. They just have to search it automatically when they go on that. So that's kind of like my thing in terms of, you know, letting them know of what's going on. I post it on the Facebook page. I don't tend to put it online because I feel like people are going to see it less if I put it on my personal page, but I do put it on the school website. Explain the cost-benefit analysis. Like I said, that's basically just telling them why they should get the premium membership or the regular membership and how it's going to work for them. The discounts are very important for you to know, simply because a lot of people know they're part of the ABA but don't know what the regular discounts are. I'm not talking about premium now, I'm talking about regular ones. So I have made it more of kind of more than just a sales pitch. I've let them know that this is what they have. So if you go to, I think it's this one. Yeah, it's like a pocketbook that you can, and once you go to ABA Advantage, it'll go through it. And if you guys have any questions on how to get here, I'll send you guys a link or whatever. It tells you what you have off the bat for being an ABA member with free membership. So it'll tell you, it'll break it down through travel, and you can print this out and make it like a little pocket guide where it fits anywhere. So I was just talking to one of the students here the other day, and she's like, oh my God, we have the Hertz, a Hertz reward, which is basically if you're under, I think it's the age of 25 or 26, you don't get charged for that fee that you get charged for being under that age for driving or for renting a car. So that's good. And then on top of that, you get 25% off car rentals. So she didn't know that, and she had just finished renting a car. So she was like, oh my God, I had no idea. So that was good. So just kind of let them know what they already have so that they don't think that you're just trying to sell them on something else. This is free to them. They're already taking advantage of it. So why not tell them about it? So that's the pocket guide. The job board, like Marcus explained, it's basically like a little career services event online. It's great. You get to learn, and see what's out there in the community. It's a really good networking system too, because you get to see what's out there. You're applying to jobs, you meet new people in the job interview process, and it's it's all online, so it's easy. It's not like you're going door to door on jobs and seeing what jobs are available or to different companies and wasting the time. You're sitting down and seeing what works for you. So that I would totally take advantage of. Let people know that this is available to them. A lot of people don't know this. This is probably the least known product from the ABA, I think, in my opinion, at least in my school. The competitions part is actually funny because while I was at the student organization luau, I was handing out the haikus, and I'm like, if you guys like to write, there's a place for everyone. And so I was giving them the haiku, and actually the same girl that told me that she didn't know about the Hertz discount said, oh my God, I was one of the ones that submitted the haiku my first year, and I didn't win, but I loved it. Or, it was super funny. So that created conversation. It was great. A lot of people have submitted it, and I didn't know that they did. They just kind of do it if they want to, but they all take the information. So I always have that information available to all the students. The ABA Journal and the Student Lawyer, I don't know if you guys saw in the tabling picture that I have, but I have them on kind of stands, and I, display them so that people, if they want to look at it, they can take it out of the stand and kind of, browse through it. They can see what kind of articles are written. So it's a really good tool to have out there, because if you're telling them, oh, you're going to get the ABA Journal and the Student Lawyer, they're like, okay, well, great. What's that? So like I said, showing them something visual is always good to have. Webcast and podcast, they're great. That's probably the easiest thing to do whenever there's one of those events in the monthly calendars, and I put them out there. Probably the one that gets the most people to participate in are the ones that are webinars, webcasts, podcasts, because it doesn't require them to go somewhere and physically be there. So it's very flexible. It's probably one of the greatest tools that the ABA has. It gives you all sorts of advice. You get to meet different people and connect, and you might, be able to use those people in whatever event you have on your campus. So not just ABAs, but students as well may want to bring someone for their student organization that they met through a podcast. So that's an invaluable tool. Conferences, they're honestly great. The first ABA annual that I went to was this year, and I regret not going my last 2 years. But it's definitely something that the next ABA rep that comes, along, I'm going to tell them it's definitely worth it. The networking is invaluable. You meet a ton of people. I met a lot of ABA reps that we still keep in contact, and we say, have you done your tabling event? What did you put in it? Or did you order more Quimby cards? Like, did you get them in the mail already so that you can display them? So you get to bounce ideas back and forth with other ABA reps, with other, individuals from the ABA, even practicing attorneys. So it gives you different perspectives on things. You learn about different programs. I sat in on one of the sections that was talking about loan forgiveness, and there was a really good panel on that, and I got all their information because I wanted to do a loan forgiveness, or I still want to do a loan forgiveness event at my school, so that was great. And then we are doing a health and wellness week. I believe it's the last week of September at our campus, and we got the idea, my SBA president and I, because we went to the ABA annual, and there we went to a section of I forget what her name was, but she was talking about mindfulness, and she's an author of a book, and she's also a practicing attorney. So we kind of feel like stress is very common in our day and age. So a week of just and we're including all the student organizations, and ABA is spearheading it along with SBA, and we're including career services, admissions, all the student organizations, any co-curriculars that want to be a part of it. If Moot Court wants to help have a little section of, massages or something, I don't know, they can do it, but that's kind of what it is right now. And we're actually using, which takes me to my next slide, but we're actually using the grant program for the Health and Wellness Week, which I'll talk about in the next slide or so. But co-sponsoring event is big. I mean, you don't have to, as ABA reps, we don't get a lot of funds from the ABA to be able to put on our own events. So partnering with other organizations and entities on campus is great. Like I said, I always go up to the Career Services Department and say, hey, are you guys having a networking event? Do you mind if I help out, or if I had a table, or, bar prep companies, doesn't matter who they are, even though now we're affiliated with Barbary, but in the past, they will give you money for your event simply, at least at our school, simply if you let them give a little presentation on their company. So like Kaplan, they'll come in and talk about whatever the system they use for their unlimited essays, and they pay for food at your event. And then you can continue and go on talking about ABA stuff. Student organizations, same. They have their budget based on the SBA, so you can take advantage of that. Say, listen, I'll do the legwork, and then you just do the monetary stuff. So administration will always help. School departments, admissions especially. I found that admissions is very helpful with activities on campus, so you might reach out to them. The grant funds. So in order for you to utilize that, those of you who went to the annual, we were spoken to about this, and I'll take you to the website that you can see. It's basically, it'll tell you here like how you're eligible. It has to be a first-time event, and which hasn't been done again in your previously at your school, and it has to be an ABA-approved school. It has to be public interest service, professionalism training, diversity ethics, anything like that. So if you're eligible for that, then you go through the application process, read all this, and then you can submit a complete application online. So it takes you onto this other page that you'll be able to put all the information in there. So what is it about? Is it a first-time event? Explain your event, your contact information, all that stuff. Keep in mind that it does require, I think it's like 4 weeks in advance for you to request these funds. And the only reason I know this much about it is because I'm requesting them. So I can't see right now where it is, but I think it was in the previous page where it says you need, okay, well, just take my word for it. You need like 4 to 5 weeks before the date of the event, or the day that you need the funds, I think, to be able to get the funds. And so I think it's easy way to get an event approved by the ABA. So take advantage of that. Just make sure you're time managing you're managing your time in terms of when to turn it in and stuff like that. SBA will also help with events. Like I said, they did the meet and greet, and I'm part of the SBA too. I'm an SBA senator, so I was doing both duties at that time. So take advantage of that. They're available. They're there. Sometimes SBA funds go unused, so you can petition to get some as like a gift or a donation from SBA. So you can do that. Tabling, like I said, it's crucial. I'm actually doing one tomorrow from 9 to 12 because I don't have class. My class got canceled. So I said, you know what, I'll just table. So I'm tabling tomorrow. I tabled before. That's, as you can see at the picture there, that's a student lawyer in the back and the ABA journal in the front. I believe I have the stickers in front of it, a haiku right in the middle with the pens under it, some headphones that I had from the previous year, water bottles, candy is always good. You keep them motivated. And then the brochures up in the front. I had taken some loan forgiveness information from the seminar we went to, or the section we went to, so I had that there, and then I had the Quimby cards. And you can also get more Quimby cards if you email either Matt, the founder, which he gave us the contact information at the annual, and I think that's, you're able to get that, or the person that's in charge of student membership, you can get more cards from her as well. Email doesn't necessarily work for me, but it could work for you. They don't give me access to the whole student body, which I'm working on getting an email that just says I'm Maria School of Law ABA rep, and that way that can work, because that will give me access to the whole student body. But as of now, it's kind of, I have to go through a lot of channels to get that approved. But if you can do that, that's great. It's a, one-time, one-stop shop type thing. You email them and it works. I have, to email them directly or one by one, or whoever, are my ABA reps that are in the committee. Like I have a little committee to help me with stuff. They will help reach out to people. Our Facebook page is like our everything. We put everything on Facebook. But I do, I did send the email to the dean thanking him because we were already part of that program. So that's super valuable. You get the points right away. And so the student portal is kind of like our go-to, where we have all the classes listed, our assignments, what's going on in that week from every organization or SBA. The SBA newsletter, whenever there's an ABA event going on, I put it on there, and that gets distributed to the whole school. The school also has a newsletter, and I put stuff on there as well, and that goes not just to our school, but our benefactors, our alumni, so it reaches a bigger pool of people. The Facebook page, like I said, we have one per class. I posted, I showed you guys kind of what the Facebook page looks like, and here, not only do I post calendar of events, I post, things about introducing premium membership, and I tell them kind of everything that we have, and then also letting them know about the memberships they already have. And I let them know that I'll have a table at the luau, so I'll see them there. And then before that, there was a webinar on Family Matters, so I thought they should know, so I post that too, and so on and so forth. I'm kind of fairly active because that's the easiest route for me in terms of dispersing information. And then, sorry, know your national officer. So use everyone that you can get to help you. They're there to help you. It's an easy way to find out information. I probably talk or email with Cami every week for one thing or another. It's either me asking about rep awards, or me telling her that I need more like swag, or I don't know. At this point, she answers every question I have, but that was like the first person I got introduced to when I first became an ABA rep. And so she's my go-to person, even though she just does membership. Don't do that, though. You know that she only does membership. Just ask about membership. You know about other people now. So, and then again, utilize your Facebook page. Use your division people. I mean, your vice chair, Marcus, Corinne, your chair. They're super helpful, super, insightful. Austin's always there. I think I've emailed him in the past too, and he's responded. So get to know all the people that are there to help you and serve you and to make your life easier. I mean, utilize your Facebook group. I can't stress that enough. And then go to meetings. And if you can go, there's some events that the ABA has that are in person in like a nearby city or something. Go, like, take advantage of that. Most of the time it's included in your division or section that you're in, so it might be free. You can look into that. So, and the more information you have, the better you're going to be able to help your student body to get to know more about the ABA. And that's it. So I think now I'm going to switch it over to Austin, and if you guys have any questions.
Yeah, so I just want to encourage anyone, if they have questions, to send those out over the question app I think you guys should have. I think it's over there. Oh, I guess it would be this way. Okay, so I do see a couple questions coming in. So the first one is asking about, from Jacob, and thanks for this question, is asking about partnering with Barbary and working with them, and they, I think they have district, I forget what they call them. Marcus actually may know this because he was a Barbary rep. But we have sent that, we've shared the information of who's a rep at different schools with Barbary, and they are most likely willing to work with you to exactly what Viviana said, you know, set up a lunch, do something, help you out with some pizza or something like that. But they're very willing to work with us, and it's important to go to Barbary when you want to work with a bar company, when you're working with the ABA, because we do have an exclusive deal with them right now because of this great discount that they're offering. So please do make sure you go to them. And Marcus, do you have anything to add about how Barbary works there? You may be actually more familiar with their on the ground.
Yeah, so I was a Barbary rep for 2 years. I'm not doing it this last year because of a lot of my commitments to the ABA. However, Barbary is very, very, they like to work a lot with us. They're excited about the partnership. And last year, they actually helped when we were doing tabling. They were helping support us. So Barbary is definitely a partner in getting the word out about ABA membership. And if you do have any questions, like with your Barbary rep, ask your Barbary rep who their regional manager is, because the regional managers get all of the information from the ABA. So yesterday at my school, we're in our second week of school, we had a organization and club fair, and the regional manager was there, and he knew all about the Barbary partnership with the ABA, and he had already trained all of our reps on the partnership and the membership benefits.
Yeah, so that's really great, because we've been working very closely with Barbary on this relationship, and they're really excited about it. We're really excited about it. And actually, when a good point about premium membership is for people who have questions is that they can actually join both through our website, or they can go to the to Barbary's website, and as they enroll in their in the Barbary Bar Review course, they'll be presented with the option to join ABA Premium in order to get that lowest price that's $250 cheaper. So this is a real partnership we have, and we're really excited about it. It's something that didn't exist 3 weeks ago. So you know, and that was another point I wanted to make about just for some of the folks on campus who may be familiar with what the ABA's been in the past. A lot of this stuff is brand new. The Quimby deal, that was just last year. Free membership is all new. So if you have some 2Ls and 3Ls who said, I've looked at the ABA, I'm not interested in it, make sure you let them know about all the new stuff we're doing, because we're really excited about it. Like I said, nothing from Quimby existed until last year. The Barbary deal is completely new. Our website, ABA for Law Students, make sure you check that out. Completely new, really pretty. We worked really hard on that. So everybody's really excited and kind of trying to provide more benefits that are geared towards law students and geared towards you and the things that you need. And that's kind of the hook that gets people in, I think. Just kind of talking more philosophically about how to do this. Some of the things that Viviana said, you know, those discounts and things, they're kind of the hook that bring people into the ABA, I think. But you know, some of that networking that Marcus mentioned, and the activeness that he's done throughout his career as a student are really the valuable things that are going to lead to career advancement, I think, in a lot of cases. So just some things to think about. A lot of new things, a lot of exciting things. So let your classmates know. A couple of other questions. We'll get to Cammie's email address in a minute. Let's see. The ABA Everyday website. Jennifer McCracken asked about that. Chelsea, do you have any updates on ABA Everyday?
Yeah, so with ABA Everyday, it's going to update on the 1st of that month. So when September 1st rolls around, you'll be able to see the whole calendar for September.
Very good. So I don't see any other questions in there. Is there anything else that we need to add? I want to thank Marcus and Viviana for their presentations. Viviana's been a real force of nature as an ABA rep, so we'll miss her when she's gone. She's been great. Wow, that presentation she gave, that was very impressive. So you guys, you can see my screen now, the thank you. You can see Cammie's email address. Yes? Good. So to get your points, you're going to want to follow up with Cammie. And it's good to stay in touch with Cammie anyway, like Viviana said. Don't be afraid to reach out to us. I think that's the important thing. The ABA can seem like a big organization, but you know, you can build relationships with me and Marcus and Chelsea and the folks at membership, and that's important to know, is that there are people, you know, behind the big organization that want to help you out and are happy to answer your questions. So anything you need, let us know. We're happy to answer those. We can help you out. Let your friends know. Let your colleagues know about some of the new stuff we're doing, and especially the premium membership, completely new, just launched 2 weeks ago. So really exciting. $250 off Barbie. Can't beat that. Does anyone else have anything else to add? Well, with that, I wanted to thank everyone again. This has been great. We'll be distributing the video as well, so if you know any other ABA reps who weren't able to make it, they can take a look at this and still get their 50 points. So thank you again. Please reach out to us. So long.